collaborative strategic reading strategy is one which can be used to help students improve their reading skills and comprehension by having them work first independently to understand the concepts and then collaboratively to put the concepts to use. CSR is a two-stage process which centers firstly around teacher-based instruction and secondly on the students working in collaboration to put that teaching into effect. In Phase 1, teachers tell the students about the 4 strategies that make up CSR. The first strategy is preview. The teacher should explain to students how they can use headings, images, and bolded words to predict the main points of the text. Students may use a journal entry to record their thoughts about what they see, what their prior knowledge is, and what they think they'll learn from the text. The next part of the strategy is the click and clunk method, which forces students to keep track of what they understand and don't quite get within the text. Clicks are pieces of information which the students understand without difficulty. A clunk is a piece within the text that the student needs help with. To monitor these, students may keep a chart including page numbers or sticky notes to keep tabs of where they have difficulty. Once the clunks are identified, the student should have clunk cards available with strategies to use. Suggested strategies are rereading the passage, using context clues, looking at the word's prefixes and suffixes, or breaking the word apart. If these strategies don't fit your own classroom, you may want to create different ones. In some classrooms, the focus of clunk cards may need to be tailored to look at large concepts more so than individual words. Get the gist is a third strategy, which has students summarize sections within the entire text as they move along. Depending on the reading level of students, they may need to work paragraph by paragraph and gradually work into summarizing larger sections of the text. Students should focus their gist on firstly who is important and secondly what about them is important. The final part of CSR is to have students ask questions and review the information they just read. There are 2 parts to this. Firstly, students act as teachers and make questions about the reading. Finally, the students should review the information they learned from the text and write down what they feel is most important from the section. The second stage of CSR is to apply the skills the students learned in Phase 1 in a team setting. Each of the strategies is turned into a role that students are assigned: the leader, the clunk expert, the gist expert, and the announcer. The leader of the group may be given a cue card to better direct the discussion. To keep track of the information, students should keep a record of everything they discuss in the group. This log is a basic model for what a journal entry may look like. If students are given the basic outline, they can translate it to their own personal notebook or journal in a way that makes best sense to them. Important things to remember when using the strategy are to allow students to take charge of their learning. This process encourages self-advocacy along with a need for students to understand their own learning. Also remember to monitor where the students are in the learning process, even though they may be working independently. You may need to add additional roles, clunk cards, or change the leader's cue card to better fit your own classroom. Also, remember to continually enforce the expectations and the meaning behind each of the steps. Make sure that the students understand why they are doing the steps so that it is more useful than tedious. CSR can be used in classrooms where students are having difficulty in reading the text and/or gathering information from the text that they read. It also encourages class collaboration, leadership, and encourages students to recognize their own strengths and areas where they can improve.